All right, we're here with Terrion Arnold, cornerback out of Alabama, soon to be cornerback in the NFL. And Rick, I was joking before that last year Alabama's Henry To'oTo'o loved you more than anyone at the Combine. We have a new number one. Terrion is a big Rick Spielman fan. How were your interactions with Rick in terms of, because his job was to come in and give you the straight truth, and how'd you take that and what did he say?
Man, I took it to heart. When we first came in there, the thing about Rick is, man, he's real. Like I just told him, man, he'll jokingly be like, man, you're trash. Like, that's how he is.
I trust me, I know.
So, I mean, behind that smile and that laugh, man, he's real. And the thing about it, I said it about Coach Saban before, you don't hear how he's saying it, but you take what he's saying, and you grow from it. So, I mean, I'll share it. Like, the first time I met with him during the middle part of the season, he was like, man, if you want to come out this, you got to step your game up.
Straight Rick said that to you?
He said, man, too many mental errors. He said, man, you got to be more physical, and big games are coming up, man. You got to perform in them. So with that being said, I took that, I wrote that down, and I told Rick, I said, the next time you see me, you'll see significant improvement.
And what does that do for you when you hear that, Rick?
Well, how many interceptions do you have after the bye week?
After the bye week, I had 4.
Yeah.
So it worked. It worked.
It worked pretty good.
Yeah.
And he became more physical in the run game. He became more consistent with his technique. And he actually matured to be an NFL player.
Yes, sir.
Even though I told you to go back to school.
He definitely did tell me to go back to school. He did.
Yeah. I get paid to do that.
I know.
Right, yeah. Nick Saban pays a little better than Terrion Arnold right now. Maybe that changes.
Hey.
Can I ask you, were you surprised Coach Saban retired?
No.
Why?
I wasn't surprised because at the end of the day, man, Coach Saban, he has a life outside of football. He's devoted his whole life to us. And you could just tell during the second half of the season, he came in, he was more personable. Like, as far as understanding guys. And, I mean, part of that might be because it's us. Like, at Alabama, man, this year, a lot of people wrote us off. So we became a family. We bought into the whole naysayer thing with him saying that. And he really used to preach to us, I believe in you guys. I love this team. There is something special about this team. So, I mean, it wasn't really a surprise.
You know, after the Texas game, and then everybody said Alabama's going to have a down year. And you talked about Coach Saban, but the players in that locker room.
Yes.
Why did you because it was a year, I thought, of just overcoming adversity and persistence to get to where you guys got.
That right there. And one thing about it, man, I'm real. I would have to say Jalen Milroe. When Jalen Milroe, after that Texas game, man, you got to think he's from Katy, Texas, so that game was very personal to him. After that game, man, we went into the whole USF game and we had our struggle. Okay, we go through that. After that game on Sunday, we had a stretch and stride. We called a player-only team meeting. Jalen Milroe got up there and said, hey, man, we saying Lank, we preaching Lank, let all naysayers know, but we not doing that. He said, how do y'all want to be remembered? How do we want to be remembered? And he said, I just got benched, man. Like, he said it to us. He said, I just got benched. And I'm the type of person, I'm rooting for the next guy who is ahead of me, man. I want him to go out there and execute. He said we all have to be unselfish and buy into that. And that's a testament to Jalen Milroe's character. I mean, the guy's my best friend, my brother. I love him to death. But that right there, that changed our whole season.
And that was a situation where he got a lot better as the season went on, too. And to talk about Coach Saban, and you two know him really well, and those post-game interviews in the games that you won late down the stretch when Saban and Milroe were on the field together, it felt like they had a true friendship and they had grown together. But I want to ask you this. Was it you that you thought Coach Saban was yelling at you when you were coming off the field and it was someone else?
No.
That was you?
I thought it was someone else, but
it was him.
But he was yelling at me.
What happened?
Oh, man. I said it before. Mississippi State, man, one thing about Coach Saban, he's older. So the thing with old people, man, after one thing triggers them, everything else triggers them. So It could be like, hey, man, somebody just blew a coverage. Also, it's 98 degrees, we're in fall camp. So he'd be like, you blowing the coverage and it's hot. I can't say what he'd say after that, but we both know. So that right there, he was yelling at me. I mean, I took the whole, like, he was yelling at me, man.
Right, okay.
And he handled it as professional as ever heard a player handle it.
Well, I can tell based on the feedback you gave him and the way, I mean, some people, and we've talked about this, don't take it well. Terrion went back and wrote it down and said, I promise you the next time I see you, it'll be different.
I can tell you, I've seen a lot of Alabama practices, spring training camp, and correct me if I'm wrong, playing corner at Alabama may be one of the toughest positions to play anywhere.
It is. I say it is the toughest position to play. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm guarding a receiver, and the quarterback and the receiver, they know their route, and it's my job to stop it, and I have no clue.
Well, you do a pretty good job acting like it. You have a lot of clues. Let me ask you a couple things before we get out of here. Who are the 3 toughest quarterbacks you faced last season?
Jaden Daniels.
You can say it.
KJ Jefferson. And
Okay.
everybody knows why I say that.
Oh, I don't know. Why?
Because, man, I had a sack right in my hands, and they should have blew the whistle
well,
dead, and he threw me off of him.
He's a little bigger, though.
Yeah, he is.
Who's
That
number,
was before he turned the corner.
That's
as a
before he
player.
had the Rick
Yes.
talk. Who's number 3?
Yes. And then I would say Carson Beck.
That's
Georgia.
a good call, too. All right, one thing quickly before we get out of here. We're going to build the ultimate defensive back, cornerback. So I'm going to give you some subjects.
Could I ask you, who's your GOAT?
Yeah, who's your football GOAT?
Who's my football GOAT?
Can be anybody.
Honestly, Brian Dawkins.
That's a great pick. All right, here we
Hey,
go.
Who's your GM GOAT?
GM GOAT? Rick Spielman.
Don't laugh, Terrion. All right, here we go. Build the ultimate cornerback. I'm going to give you categories. Past or present, you tell me who comes to mind first. Size.
Size. Antonio Cromartie.
That's a great call. Speed.
Speed. Deion Sanders.
Oh, that was easy. Strength. 2 Florida State guys, by the way.
You said
Strength.
Strength, man. Darrell Reeves.
Oh, good one. I was going to say Jalen Ramsey, but Darrell's even better. Ball hawking.
Ball hawking. You can't say the same person.
You can double
twice.
up if you want to.
Ball hawking. Deron Bland.
Oh, that's a good call. Toughness.
Toughness.
I'll answer it. Terrion Arnold.
Yes, sir.
And this one might be Terrion as well. Football IQ.
Football IQ. I'm going to give it to my boy, man. Kool-Aid McKinstry.
All right, good call. Terrion Arnold was a cornerback at Alabama. He's going to be probably the first cornerback taken when this draft rolls around here in a few weeks. Terrion, thank you so much.
Thank you guys, man.